Hi, I'm Joe, and these are 30 frequently asked questions about apprenticeships. This is another video in my apprenticeship series where I try to give as much information as I can about apprenticeships to make it a real option for people. Hopefully I answer some of the questions that you wanted to know about apprenticeships so that you can go on and apply. Or if you just want to learn what it is, then stick around. What's an apprenticeship? It's a program combining on-the-job training and formal education to get you the skills and the qualifications you need in a specific job. What are the benefits of doing an apprenticeship? First thing, you earn while you learn, and you have on-the-job experience that can be really valuable against others that don't in the same industry, and you get a proper qualification in that industry. How much does an apprenticeship cost? The cost can vary depending on the level of apprenticeship you're doing, but these costs are taken on by your employers. You pay zero. And you get a salary from the company. I never know which camera I'm looking at. Can you tell? Who can apply for an apprenticeship? Age restrictions may vary, but typically if you're 16 or above and you're straight out of school, you can apply to any apprenticeship. If it's a degree level apprenticeship, usually you have to be 18 years old. Are there apprenticeships available in the field that I'm interested in? More than likely, apprenticeships cover a wide range of industries and different jobs, so have a look. There might be one popping up now. Where can I find apprenticeship opportunities? I've made a whole video on how to apply, but essentially government websites, company websites, and third-party sites like notgoingtouni.com showcase the apprenticeships that are available or made available by employers. What qualifications do I need for an apprenticeship? It varies by program and by level. If you're applying to a level 3, then you don't need any qualifications other than basic maths and English qualifications. And I think for degree level apprenticeships, for at least some, that's also all you require, but some may ask you for your A-level grades or equivalent. No relevant work experience in the field is required because that's the whole point, is that you don't have a qualification in the field and you want to get it. So don't worry about not having relevant work experience. How do I write a strong application for an apprenticeship? Just make sure when you apply in your cover letter or in your CV, you're highlighting relevant skills, experience, and extracurricular activities that you've done in the past. That's obviously applicable. And sometimes, having passion for the industry can make a difference in that cover letter. What is the apprenticeship interview process like? Mostly what they're looking for is if you're a good candidate for the company in terms of your attitude, your personality, and your charisma. But it may involve technical assessments, behavioral questions, and group activities to test your character. That sounded really formal. To test your character. Apply now at Royal Navy. What happens if I get offered an apprenticeship? Review the contract, look at the details, it will show you how much you're going to get paid, what your roles and responsibilities are, and click accept because you've done very well to get to that stage. So you're not going to ruin it now. Usually you won't be able to negotiate your salary because you'll be hired as a cohort. How long does an apprenticeship typically last? Usually 12 to 18 months for a level 3 or 3 to 4 years for a degree level apprenticeship. What kind of training will I receive during an apprenticeship? Well, it will be a combination of on-the-job training in the role that you're going to do, then classroom-led training by a tutor, and then some online learning as well that you'll have to go through. There may be exams or assignments that you have to do throughout the apprenticeship, or you might just have one big exam right at the end, although I haven't seen that, to be fair, but it's a possibility. Will I get paid during my apprenticeship? Yes. Apprentices are paid. There's a minimum wage for apprentices in the country. If you're in a high-paying industry, then you'll have a higher apprentice salary because they have an industry-wide standard that they need to pay apprentices to make it even. What are my career prospects after completing an apprenticeship? Well, your career prospects are really strong in the field that you've done your apprenticeship in, even in the role specific to your apprenticeship. But if you think about it, 4 years or 3 years or even 2 years of relevant experience in a field will put you really far ahead of people coming straight out of uni without any experience in that field. So even if it's not with the same employer, it will have given you a good foundation to look for full-time roles afterwards. Can I switch to a different apprenticeship after I start? I haven't seen this happen because, different companies work differently, but usually no. If you started one, you will have a long time to review and look at what's going to happen during the apprenticeship, and then you've accepted the contract. If you want to do another one, then you'll have to kind of leave your current one and apply for another one. Is an apprenticeship right for me compared to traditional university education? Well, consider this. Do you have a degree that you definitely need to do your dream job? Do you know what job you want to do? Or do you want to have the uni experience, the uni lifestyle? If that's the case, then university might be better. But if you want to start earning straight away, start working in an industry that you like straight away, and get hands-on experience in a job and start earning money while everyone else is in debt, then apprenticeships might be the way for you. I have a whole video comparing the experience of going to university versus apprenticeships. So check it out. By the way, if this is useful to you, make sure you hit that like button, and while you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button whilst you're down there. I already said that. But what are the downsides of doing an apprenticeship? Well, like I mentioned, some of the courses take up to 4 years, which can be longer than some degree courses, and sometimes you'll be on a much lower salary, which might make it hard to survive at the beginning. And also you have no summer breaks or Christmas breaks. You're usually given the number of days a full-time employee is given during working. So you have 20 to 30 days a year to take off. You don't get a long break during your education. That's what I'd say the downside is. And also it's quite stressful because you're juggling a lot of things all together and you have responsibilities here, there and everywhere. What support is available for apprentices? You could have mentors, you have managers, you have skills coaches or people from university like lecturers that you can reach out to. We had a mental support group or people that we could reach out to, what they called safeguarding leaders, people helping you with the uni side of things. So the training provider might have a specific team that help you with learning the basics of essay writing and referencing and things like that. And then your workplace will have safeguarding mechanisms in place for support as well. So you have access to both sides in terms of support. So you'll be well supported. Support. Can I do an apprenticeship if I'm already working full-time? Usually no, but some offer kind of part-time apprenticeships. Like the master's one you can do whilst you're working full-time, and then your company might be able to sponsor it. So depends, but usually in terms of like a normal degree apprenticeship, no, you'd have to quit your full-time job to do that, or your company would have to sponsor you doing a degree apprenticeship, because you're essentially working whilst doing a degree in a field that you've never worked in before. So it's unlikely if you're already in that role, you need a qualification in that role. So yeah, I hope that's not confusing. What happens if I don't complete my apprenticeship? If you don't complete your apprenticeship, you'll likely not get your qualification, but I guess you'll still have the experience that you did whilst working for the company in that apprenticeship. So you just won't get your qualification. And also you might have to repay some of the training fees that the employer has had to pay. I've never been kicked off. What specific qualifications can I earn by completing an apprenticeship? Well, you can earn a diploma, you can earn a degree, you can earn a master's as well. Will an apprenticeship program help me achieve a professional license or certification? Yes. So for industry-specific certifications, yes, an apprenticeship can help you do that. So like if you want to be an electrician and you need the specific electrician certification, doing an apprenticeship, at the end of it, you'll get that certification. Or you'll be in a place to apply to get it. Is there an opportunity to specialize within an apprenticeship program? Well, you'll be given a variety of modules and areas of the industry, and then in your job, the aim is for you to apply that to different aspects of your job. And if you can't, then maybe reach out to your manager and see if you can go on a rotation to a different team or a different role to gain that experience. But usually you should have the flexibility to apply everything that you learn into your role. What are the typical working hours for an apprentice? Well, it depends on which company you work for, but usually you have enough time to do your studies, which is minimum 20% of your working hours, and enough time around assignments and deadlines to focus more on your uni compared to actual day jobs. And your manager should help you navigate between the two, and also having a good work-life balance. But usually your 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 8 to 5 shift. really. Sometimes you might have assignments that you need to do late night or on the weekend, but that's down to how you manage your time. Not down to me or whoever's providing. So I'm blinking really slowly. Maybe not like that. Does an apprenticeship program offer any relocation assistance? No. They'll tell you where you need to be and what office or where your office is based, and you're expected to go to that office and arrange your own living arrangements when you accept the contract, so you won't be relocated. Can I take breaks during my apprenticeship, such as for maternity leave or military service? Given extenuating circumstances, you can take breaks during an apprenticeship, and your employer should make accommodations for that. Are there opportunities to participate in international exchanges during the apprenticeship? No. You might travel with your company to a different country. That's it. What are the possibilities for continuing education after completing an apprenticeship? Well, like I said, they're at different levels. So after one apprenticeship, you might want to apply for the next one in that field. So the level up from the one that you just did. And if that's the case, then yes, there are possibilities. Are there any financial aid or scholarships available specifically for apprentices? No, because you'll be paid a salary. Actually, the employer doesn't even pay that much of your salary. A lot is funded by the government anyway, so that's already been, you know what I mean, it's been done for you really. But no, you're expected to survive on an apprentice salary, which sometimes can be very low, especially living in expensive areas like London. Are you an assistant to someone who is not an apprentice the entire time? E.g. getting coffees? No, if you're a nice guy, you can, get them some coffees, but you're expected to be a part of the team and you should be given a responsibility to showcase what you've learned. But you know what I mean? You can get the coffees, be a nice person, jolly good. Hopefully that was useful in answering some of the questions or doubts that you may have had about apprenticeships. If you want to see more videos, I always get comments saying, can you please make more videos about apprenticeships? That's why I'm making these. So if you have any video suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.